Hi Pisces, this is your January 2014 horoscope. Happy New Year to all of you. And this is for everyone who have their ascendant, sun or moon in Pisces. Always make sure you check your ascendant sign because this is the astrologically most specific and correct one. And if you don't know your ascendant sign, you can find it at my birth chart calculator at Astro-Lada.com. And before I start your prediction, I want to tell you that today we're shooting from the ancient Trajan complex from one of the oldest capitals in Europe ever registered in Bulgaria actually, and it's called Kabyle, and this is where the capital used to be, so it's a magical place. Anyway, what does January, how does the year start for you, Pisces? Well, first of all, a lot of planets are sitting on a cross in January, and they're triggering the so-called fixed houses for your Pisces. What does it mean? Well, we actually have Venus, Sun, Mercury, Pluto, Uranus, Mars as well. So many planets that are triggering those important fixed houses in your horoscope. And the fixed houses are all about consolidating. It's all about making something, maintaining something, and making it run longer and making it continue for longer periods. So it's not time for new beginnings. It's time to work on something that you've started from before. It's time to make it to make it be more stable, to consolidate it, as we said, to make it be more continuous in your life. And it's time just to also it's not time to end things either. Again, as I said, it's time of maintaining things and making them run. And it's also time, all those fixed houses, houses of security, houses which are tied up somehow to finances. So for a lot of you, finances might be an important matter during a big part of January. Maybe it will even start from the end of December, because finances and possessions are things that give us security. It can be also connected to emotional possessions, but anything which can have continuity in your life will bring you a sense of safety, and this is where you should put your energy towards, and this is where you will put your energies. But particularly, most of the planets are triggering your 11th house, the Sun with Mercury there and Venus for a part of this of January. And 11th house is the house of financial gains, the money that you make, the money from work or from some endeavor, some project, and the results of some project that you've been working for. It doesn't always have to be money. So some of you might be getting maybe bonuses, or might be working in the direction of getting bonuses, get some news about the bonus, and most likely it will be positive, because positive planets are triggering that 11th house of yours. Also, 11th house is recognition for a job well done. It's the results of a job well done. So a lot of you will be very likely getting recognition for what they've been working on for a while, and maybe fulfilling some of their long-term wishes and dreams, because this is what the 11th house rules, and they'll come to a step closer to fulfilling some of those dreams and wishes. And maybe they'll get introduced to someone who puts them in the right direction, who gives them a helping hand, who supports them in some way. Especially 11th house rules those people that our benefactors, and usually these are our friends. So maybe through a friend or through an acquaintance, you can benefit somehow to fulfillment of your long-term goals and for getting validation. Or sometimes it might be just someone that you get introduced to who believes in you and who wants to support you. And 11th house rules society, and how society recognizes them, how society recognizes us and validates us for what we've been doing and working hard on. So right now you can receive validation. Some of you might get some graduation, some titles and honors. Some of you just maybe a bonus. Some of you just a pat on the shoulder. And some of you might be surrounded by friends who are being very much more loving than at other times, because Mercury and Venus are both planets of socializing, of having good time together. So spending time in society surrounded by people will be quite a positive experience for a lot of Pisces, especially Pisces ascendant people. And if you get invited somewhere on a social tour, I would advise you to go there, especially in the first part of this January, sorry. And after that, planets are starting to move into your 12th house. So things start becoming more introverted rather than so extroverted, being in the social eye, being surrounded by people. And you start to need more rest towards the end of January. So you probably retreat a bit more into a period of taking it more easy, into a period of resting, into a period actually not feeling so motivated. But don't get hard on yourself, because once all the planets go into Pisces, you'll be again recharged. But this comes a bit later. It comes into February that the planet starts moving into your sign. Uh, and before that, just use especially the first half of January for uh, for maintaining things, for making them run better, and for actually keeping things, for creating some safety in your life. This is what it's good for. And I want to give you some specific days. Those of you who have their ascendant or their moon in Pisces from around 12 to 16 degrees in Pisces, you can find your ascendant on your moon from my birth chart calculator. These transits are very powerful. You'll feel them. If you have your ascendant or moon from 12 to 16 degrees in Pisces, or if you're born from around the 3rd to around the 7th of March, then you're having Jupiter transit. And these are the best transits. Jupiter is the great benefic which expands our life, which brings us more opportunities in life, which helps us move forward with projects, which help us bring something that we've wanted for a long time, which brings us the bliss of the gods. Whatever Jupiter influences us, we become much more inspired. Even if you're not doing some important job and expecting results, if you're doing some important jobs and expecting results, you will get it now if you're born around those days. Jupiter will give it to you. But even if you're just not doing anything important, maybe some new opportunity will come to you now, some improvement of relationships, of career. If you're born around the 3rd to the 7th of March, it's the sun that is being influenced by Jupiter. And the sun is career and goals. Maybe you can receive a job proposition. Or maybe there can be some improvement in your career with your goals. But even if you're not someone who is like actively involved with something, you just feel Jupiter is a healing influence. You'll feel so much more inspired, so much more excited to do things in an inspired and in a positive way. And just another thing, those of you who have their ascendant from 2 to around 5 degrees, or their moon in Pisces from around 2 to 5 degrees, or those of you who are born from around the 21st of February to around the 24th of February, maybe plus minus a day as well, they have Neptune transit. And Neptune transits are all about feeling confused, about feeling dreamy, and this is something Pisces already do quite well. But they might be overly sentimental, overly full of longings, overly full of wistfulness for something, for merging with something bigger. Usually people become in a very romantic state and a very much in love, but in a more platonic way, in a more spiritual way. Some of you might even meet the soulmates of your life with Neptune transits like that. But it's usually always it's something ephemeral that you cannot fully grasp. And when it comes to career and other areas of your life, you might feel more confused and not so clear about the path you're going, unless you're involved in some creative project or some spiritual, creative type of career. Thank you very much, Pisces, and I will see you next month.